Hey, I was trying to do a live video, but didn't work on Facebook. So it's around 6 p.m. Thursday night, and so there's the wedding obelisk there. And of course, the number one question, well, yeah, it is the number one question, what about the sargassum, the seaweed? That's it there. But again, that's something, that they deal with down here. Let's take a walk. So I attended a beautiful wedding today, and they had to do it over at the Zentropia Spa in the little chapel there, or little area, because they were going to get married there at that obelisk, but unfortunately the rain made it impossible to do that. And again, in June, you're going to have rain. So left Jacksonville on Tuesday, left around 9 a.m., got to the Omni Airport parking around, 11:30, and man, I am glad I left early, because parked, they got me over to the airport real quick, but flying an international flight, I had to go online and download some COVID thing for Mexico, and I grabbed a quick bite to eat, because I know, listen, if I don't eat, I get grumpy. So I grabbed a quick bite to eat, and then that was a quarter pounder with cheese, and then hopped on the plane for about the 1 hour and 45-minute flight to Cancun. Waited about 45 minutes for my ride, Traffic Tours, to come here to TRS Yucatán / Grand Palladium White Sand. Everything has been good here. The food's been good. The accommodations, my junior suite, building 57, is good. But I will say, for all those people over the last year, it looks dead. There's no one there. I'm alone, I'm afraid. Well, I will tell you, today it's crowded. 55% occupancy. But because of the rain, that's probably why everybody was in the lobby. So you always got to be careful what you wish for. And that's okay. I am glad their occupancy is going up, because that means, you got more employees and you got more restaurants open. And I know they, at each of the resorts that were closed during COVID, it makes it really tough. But I highly recommend Palladium Hotel Group Resorts. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Pat Lippy, who was here last week and did some reporting. And I'm just trying to think of the things that maybe you would like to know. One of the biggest questions I get is, what's the difference between, like Colonial and Kentenau and White Sand? All of them are fine. Kentenau is the older resort. It's usually less expensive to buy over there. And then you have Colonial, which I've stayed at, which is nice. And then you have White Sand, which is really nice as well. So you're not going to go wrong with any of them. Of course, TRS Yucatán, where I'm walking to right now, Helios, which is the Ibiza-style Mediterranean restaurant. And you don't need reservations to go there. So I'll probably have a filet and the coconut shrimp, which are really good. I think it's supposed to be nicer in the next couple days, which makes it better for being out by the pool and stuff. I'm not planning on taking any excursions, but I will probably go to Zentropia tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Cruises. Let's talk about cruises a minute. I read that 6 crew members, tested positive for COVID on the Odyssey of the Seas. So that really puts a setback, I think, for cruising. And listen, I want to cruise. I really do. I love cruising. Being a U.S. Navy veteran, I love being out to sea. But I must say that these all-inclusive resorts, and I've been to many of them over the last 12 months, you know it. TRS Turquesa, TRS Cap Cana, TRS Coral, TRS Yucatán, Grand Palladium Costa Mujeres, Grand Palladium, Puerto Vallarta, Grand Palladium Colonial, and Grand Palladium White Sand. I mean, just amazing. And you know, if you have a choice, I mean, if people said to me, hey Scott, if you had a choice between an all-inclusive and a cruise, listen, I'd have to say an all-inclusive resort. The rooms are bigger. And when you say all-inclusive, man, it is all-inclusive, because drinks, food, there's no nickel and diming like on a cruise. This is the saltwater pool, and a friend of mine really loves this pool. But again, let's go this way. Las Rocas. Las Rocas. And you got the baños over there, the bathrooms. And it's around 6 p.m. at night. The one thing I really enjoy is Helios. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, you cannot go wrong. And I guess I'm kind of set in my ways. I'm 59, so I prefer to stay with the stuff I know and like. And that's the Philly cheesesteak for lunch. I'll probably do the filet tonight. And again, it's only about a 10-minute walk over here to Helios. You know, one thing about Palladium Hotel Group, they're really big on protecting the environment, so they do that. They've gotten awards for that too. The other thing it's just so cool about every Palladium Hotel Group resort I've been to is how well manicured the grounds are. If you look at my video at TRS Turquesa, I mean my little ride around on the golf cart, even at TRS Coral and Grand Palladium Costa Mujeres, which is more of the Miami vibe, still, I mean, it's beautiful there. The one thing about TRS Coral is that you got the Rafa Nadal Tennis Center. So if you love tennis, man, that is the place to go. Now I'm over here on the TRS side, over to Helios. I've been here like 4 or 5 times and it never gets old. It's actually hard being home because this is just so nice. A person was talking, ooh, I just walked in some water. A person I know was talking today saying, I wish I could figure out a way to basically just have my laptop and work here because you have free Wi-Fi. Sign me up for that. But I'd miss my grandsons who live in Orlando. Okay, Scott, try to maneuver here. It's wet. Over here at Helios, there's the infinity pool over there. From TRS Yucatán, Grand Palladium, Riviera Maya, Scott Lair 1961 on Twitter, Scott Lair 1961 Instagram, thecruisegenius.com.